Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, drivers in the Salt Flat Cup Series take on Bristol on the asphalt for 150 laps in the K1 Graphics 150. And make sure to check out K1 Graphics. My name is Chris. With me, as always, my good friend Rick. Rick, how are you tonight?
I'm doing fabulous, brother. Happy Tuesday night here at the last great Coliseum, man. I'm excited.
It is, yeah, man. Bristol, Tennessee, the site of action here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Salt Flat Cup Series warming up, getting ready to go. The last 2.5 minutes of practice underway here at the last great Coliseum. And Rick, we have spent a lot of time on this track. Second time this year for these guys. Last time it was on the dirt. This time on the asphalt.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, asphalt racing a little bit different than the dirt, though. I mean, I know I missed the dirt there. It was on the wife's birthday, so things didn't quite work out the way that we planned to be home on time, and I kind of missed the race, but I got to watch it after, and it looked like a good race, man. But you and I mean, you know, this track has a pretty good history with you and I, and we always have fun when we're here, so I think we're going to see some good racing here tonight.
Absolutely, as do I. Like I said, about 2 minutes left of practice. And right now, the top guy in the speed charts in number 38 of Cody Levitt. Leading the way, Trenton Combs in second spot. Roy Fernandez, Cody Sleeper, Aaron Davidson, your top five so far here in practice. And it is going to be fun. 150 laps, the scheduled distance here tonight. Again, for the Salt Flat Cup Series, right here, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't been following, you haven't heard the news, we have to thank everybody for tuning in and hitting that subscribe button so far. Over 2,000 people now have, and if you haven't done it yet, make sure you just click that little button. It's really easy to do, isn't it, Rick?
It is, and it's free. That's the best part. I mean, it helps us out. And, you know, obviously you got to give props to the drivers, too, so click that thumbs up. And, you know, and chat us up. I mean, I see BP Motorsports already out there. He's all ready for Bristol. How many laps do you think you're going to make it tonight? Hopefully all the way.
Oh, yeah, he's on a tear lately. I mean, last week, top 10. Hell yeah.
And sitting ninth on the speed charts right now during practice, so not too shabby.
Absolutely. 16 drivers so far ready to take the starting grid with about 30 seconds to go. 30 seconds of practice time. Then it's going to be qualifying and then the 150 laps here around this half-mile track. Let's go ahead and take a look at the race information. Again, it is about a half a mile, just a little bit over 0.52 here at Bristol, Tennessee. Temperature right now outside, a nice cool 78 degrees. Track temperature 83 degrees. The lights are on tonight here at Bristol. Again, brought to you by K1 Graphics, of course, the main sponsor here for the Salt Flat Cup Series, SimBox. Make sure to check them out as well. I just ordered myself a box, so I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. And man, I'm getting ready to go. This is good. I'm going to have fun here tonight, Rick, as practice is done, which means we get to step away for just a few minutes. When we come back, we'll go through the grid.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, their boats bursting in air, gave proof
wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series, and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
All right, we're back here at Bristol, and qualifying all but over with about 24 seconds to go. Everybody that was going to has reached out and put a lap or two down on the track. And just as I say that, Danny Venezuela, oh man, he steps out on track just because he had to.
Senor Venezuela did. He hopped over that pit wall, dude, and he took off.
Yeah, he did. The over-the-wall crew doing a fantastic job getting that 04 ready to go tonight. And just like that, it didn't matter because qualifying was done and is done. So next up for us, well, we'll get to do some gridding. On the pole tonight out of CSRF Motorsports, it's going to be the 01 of Cody Sleeper. 2 is outside. Again, out of CSRF Motorsports, it's the 3 car of Roy Fernandez. Inside row number 2, it's going to be the 48 out of Aggression Motorsports. It's Colby Combs. And to his outside in the 03, it's Aaron Davidson. 128 Racing's number 28 is going to start in 5th spot. That's Hunter Reynolds. And to his outside, it's the 83 Beefy Motorsports car of Brandon Feeney. Trenton Combs out of Aggression Motorsports is going to start his 24 in the 7th spot. And Rick in 8th out of the Deeper Darker Do crew, it is the 38 of Cody Levitt.
And then in row 5, it's going to be the Deeper Darker Do number 13 of Jamie Leach starting in 9th. To his outside, No Doubt Racing number 56 of Stephen Pugh in 10th. In row number 6, it is going to be GBR Racing number 2 of Jared Hagedorn in 11th with Donald Bennett of Keystone Motorsports. His number 31 going to be starting in 12th. In the 7th row, if my thing will move for me, there we go. It's going to be the Coast to Almost Coast, number 26 of Daryl Calder, starting in 15th. Oh, no, wait, I skipped one. There we go. Michael Bromley of Bromley Designs in his 05 going to be in 13th, with Danny Venezuela, Draft Top, Raise Energy Racing 04 in 14th. Then we got the Coast to Almost Coast, Daryl Calder in the 26 car in 15th. And then we have Jason Griffith out of Griffith Racing, number 98. His 98 going to be starting in 16th position, and Herman does not count because he's in the booth. He's in the what they like to call the Salt Flat Racing Hall.
Yes, indeed. 150 laps, getting ready to go here live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. If this is your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on a little bit of a high here this week after surpassing the 2,000 subscribers mark. And we can't thank people enough for helping us out with that. Next goal, 3,000. We're going to need all your help. Make sure you like it, you share it. Let everybody know your favorite races on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Cody Sleeper in the 01, getting set to do battle with Roy Fernandez, to his outside. The teammates making up row number 1. Colby Combs to the inside of row number 2 in the 48 with Aaron Davidson right behind him, or right to the side of him, excuse me, to the outside. Hunter Reynolds, Brandon Feeney make up row number 3. And this formation lap has got just a little bit longer to go, about half a lap.
They're just making sure the Toyotas can keep up.
Pace truck down on the apron, getting ready for the first green of the night. It is out and waving.
Whoa.
And the 03 of Roy Fernandez takes off. Cody Sleeper, absolutely asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, the 48, he tried to go, but he did a little wheel slip. He got bumped into, I believe it was by Hunter Reynolds there. So some damage, which doesn't really relate much here to Bristol, Chris. I mean, you can bang these cars up a little bit and they'll still get around.
Yes, you can, and Hunter Reynolds does get around the 48. 48 finds himself into the wall. Colby Combs scraping the wall early here in Bristol. Your race leader, the 3, being followed by the 03, Roy Fernandez, Aaron Davidson. Aaron Davidson right on the rear deck lid of Roy Fernandez.
Yeah, Davidson wasting no time, Chris, to make a couple of moves there to move up 2 positions already. Cody Sleeper fell down 2, but that's okay. We got plenty of time.
I don't know what Sleeper was doing at the, well, he was sleeping on the green. Lost a couple of spots right before the first lap was even done. Here comes the 28 now of Hunter Reynolds looking to get around. The Liquid Molly 83 of Brandon Feeney. And on the inside, Reynolds makes it stick.
Well, you know, Reynolds coming off the momentum from his win last week, Chris. I know I was camping, but I was still there with you, as you talked about in chat there a little bit. And it was a great race.
It was a great race. And one of the guys that finished just outside of the top 3, the 05 of Michael Bromley, has that Barstool sports car again, and it brought him good luck last week, so why not? Roy Fernandez still has a mirror full of Aaron Davidson. Davidson may not be in a big hurry to go, as Fernandez is putting down very good lap times right now, so why not save your stuff and just follow around? 1/100th of a second separated the 2 lap times last time by. So these 2 cars very, very close. Aaron Davidson may be just a little bit faster, but settling in for that second spot. Cody Sleeper trying to rejoin the front 2. And Hunter Reynolds starting to catch the back bumper of the 01 of Cody Sleeper. Brandon Feeney's got his hands full. Colby Combs down on the inside. Combs taking the shorter way around the track. The 83 is going to have the momentum. Doesn't hold on to it, though. And Colby Combs going to take a spot away, at least for a moment. The 83 fighting back on the outside.
Well, Brandon Feeney kind of gave it up there in chat, Chris, pre-race. You know, Bristol has turned into a very high line racetrack as of late. I mean, you do lose a little momentum in the corners, but you gain it all back on those straightaways. As you can see, the 83 starting to pull away now from Collins. Collins starting to run that higher line, so we'll see what happens. Collins got to be careful because Leach and Steve Pugh right behind him, starting to catch the damaged back bumper of the 48 machine. And Chris, I just heard from pit road, Jason Griffith in the 98 did not start the race. So he's going to be scored in 16th position here tonight.
Scratch one, racing Jason right off the field. Oh, Donald Bennett having a bit of an issue as he's facing the wrong way on the track. No caution as of yet. He rights the ship and back out on track he goes, but not before losing a ton of time out on track. Not just time, Rick, but also a lap as he now is on pit road, and he's going to lose a bunch of time now.
It's kind of weird, Chris, because I went back and actually looked at the replay. He was racing there with Danny Venezuela in the 04 machine, and I'm not exactly sure what happens because it's almost like Donald's car just kind of stopped there for a second, and the 04 just went.
Well, Danny and the team from over the wall already have some damage to repair on the front end of the 04 machine. I'm sure they'll do that very quickly on the next pit stop. Meanwhile, the 38 of Cody Levitt goes down a lap. So Cody Levitt, who was so fast here in practice, down a lap early, just 18 laps done here at Bristol. Roy Fernandez continues to lead the way with Aaron Davidson and Cody Sleeper closing the gap along with Hunter Reynolds. Check in on the 05 of Michael Bromley. That Barstool Sports 05 Toyota Camry doing a pretty good job here tonight again. That change of paint scheme really does seem to have affected the way Bromley's been driving for the last couple of weeks.
We've seen that happen in a few different leagues that we broadcast, Chris. When guys change their paint scheme, they get a little bit more mojo, and things work out for them as they go around Jamie Leach.
So Bromley and Trenton Collins around Leach.
And actually looking right now, Bromley, one of the biggest movers so far of the race, up 5 positions since the drop of the green flag, sitting in 8th right now.
So Bromley looking for a top 10 finish early on in this one. Yeah, looks like Brandon Feeney has gotten around Cody Levitt as well. So Levitt continues to fall back into the pack. 1 lap down. Donald Bennett still has not come back out on track. So trouble from the 31 camp.
That was a hard hit on the inside wall. I'm not sure the type of damage. I mean, it's kind of hard now. I'm looking here.
Oh, the 01 of Cody Sleeper goes up into the wall, and that's going to allow Hunter Reynolds to go by. Cody Sleeper smacked it hard, and Reynolds went on by. Sleeper still not up to full song. And as he starts entering the corner now, looks like the 01 back up the race speed, but tires already starting to show that they're going to be a problem here tonight.
Oh, Bristol will definitely chew them up. I mean, I think what a lot of these drivers are doing, they're hoping for a caution to come out, but it hasn't happened yet. So green flag, man, once the leaders decide to come down, or maybe a couple guys further back in the field will start the whole green flag pit stop thing. It's going to get busy down there. The biggest thing about Bristol, you got to remember what side of the track you're on, Chris, and it's very easy. I mean, it's easy for you and I to sit here and say, oh, okay, well, we're heading in turns 1 and 2 now, but as you're driving this thing, you kind of lose track, and if you go down the wrong side, you're going to lose a lot of time.
Absolutely, as they're working the backstretch right now. Now into turns 3 and 4, Roy Fernandez continues to lead the way. He took it over on lap 1, leading the first lap. Aaron Davidson came up a couple of spots, and now running in the second spot, has been for most of this race, but the real man on the move right now, the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. Reynolds coming out of seemingly nowhere to try and catch the back bumper of Aaron Davidson. Reynolds is fast right now. Look at the gap close on that.
Very, very fast. That car's sticking too right now.
Boy, is he hitting that thing perfect. Right out just about 1.5 inches from the wall was Hunter Reynolds that last time by through turns 3 and 4. This time through 1 and 2, a little bit lower. And then right back down the back stretch into the corners. This time he keeps it a little bit lower than he did last time by. So a couple of different lines being used up by the 28, but it is all working fine as 1, 2, and 3 running nose to tail here at Bristol.
Well, that's frowned upon there in 98 out of the gate. I have seen drivers do it. Unfortunately, your 98 didn't get out of the gate tonight. What happened?
Jamie Leach now going down a lap to our race leaders, and so too it looks like Danny Venezuela as Roy Fernandez moves down to the bottom side of the track, and the top 3 drivers follow suit. So add Danny V to the list of drivers that is already growing of cars down at least a lap.
And Danny V, Jamie Leach, Cody Levitt, and of course Alan Bennett's still on pit road, Chris. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the 31 there. Like I said, it was a hard hit on the inside pit wall there, so could be some engine damage there.
Dobbs is seeing Jesus, and that is why he is off track. Roy Fernandez has led all 37 completed laps right now as we work lap 38 of this 150 lap event. And he is on a tear. He's had a good season, but hasn't had a victory to show for it yet. Would like to change that around tonight. Hunter Reynolds, meanwhile, starting to apply a little pressure on Aaron Davidson in the 03. Reynolds down low. The 03 brings it down about halfway on the track, and that makes the 28 reset. Through 3 and 4, the 28 gets door to door, but not quite good enough. And meanwhile, the 01 of Cody Sleeper, who we saw get off the wall a couple of times, now is caught right back up as these guys are starting to race it out a little bit. Roy Fernandez starting to separate himself from the rest of the field by about a second.
That's definitely not the track that you want to be racing if you're having dizzy spells, though, that's for sure. These laps tick off quick and you're just going around and around and around.
Oh, the 03 goes up really high, touches the wall. That could be opening. That the 28 of Hunter Reynolds was looking for. Gives a bump to the rear end of the 03. Hunter Reynolds looking for the second spot.
Come on, Chris, you're an old NASCAR fan like I am. He's not giving him the bump. He's just trying to rattle his cage.
Well, it's a little bump and run, but he's forgetting the run part. He's got the bump down very well, Hunter Reynolds in the 28, but hasn't been able to make a move yet around Davidson now. Reynolds down to the inside, heading into 3 and 4, trying to line up doors. Can't quite do it again. Aaron Davidson gets away. The outside just too much for Hunter Reynolds so far. Takes a shallower exit. Trying to get there again as Hunter Reynolds wants that pass. Meanwhile, Cody Sleeper edging in ever so close.
Yeah, Reynolds got to be careful because that 01, if he sneaks in there just a little bit more, he's going to close that door and Reynolds is going to be stuck down there.
Hunter Reynolds trying the inside to see if it will work, and so far, no joy being called from the cockpit of the 28.
That almost 1 second gap that Roy Fernandez had, Chris, well, he's almost doubled it now. 2 seconds now.
It is amazing what racing back and forth will do versus somebody who's just trying to get away.
Reynolds gives another tap to Davidson. I don't think that's going to matter. I don't think Davidson's going to get his cage rattled at all.
47 laps complete. Working lap number 48. Fernandez goes across the line to start lap number 49. Fernandez sitting right behind Steve Pugh in the 56, but not for long. He dives down to the inside. The 56 gives room. And Fernandez as a
Ooh,
rocket
Reynolds
ship
coming down
around
that
this
road.
track. Oh, Hunter Reynolds bringing it down as we are 1/3 of the way through this race already. More importantly, that gives Aaron Davidson a chance to breathe it up just a little bit, and he decides to come down pit road. Roy Fernandez, however, does not. Roy is staying out there. Brandon Feeney's moved himself up to second by staying out. Trenton Cullums in the 24 in the third. See, I told you that Jason was seeing Jesus. His comment was, ha ha ha, oh my God. So there you go. Roy Fernandez is very busy out there, beating up on a lot of drivers. He's about to go past the 5th place runner of Michael Bromley. He does so. He goes past Jamie Leach once again. The 2 car also getting set to go down a lap for the first time here tonight. It's Jared Hagedorn. Hagedorn, nothing for the 3. Oh, I say that, but on the outside, he makes a push back, going through 1 and 2 now. As Hagedorn, well, at the end of the day, ended up giving up that spot anyway. Made him work for it, though.
He did.
3 drivers on the lead lap here in lap 55. It's Roy Fernandez, Trenton Collins, and Brandon Feeney in the 83. We'll see what some fresh tires look like out there as Cody Sleeper starting to catch our race leader. The 01 right to the back bumper. Fresh tires, Rick, should open up the possibility of an inside pass. It does as Sleeper moves down to the inside, makes it look easy. And the 3 car starts to woe it up. He's bringing it down pit road. Things are going to change. What's Trenton Collins going to do? Trenton Collins going to stay out on track. He's just the 2nd driver to lead a lap here tonight. The 24 leads a lap here at Bristol, and it looks like he may stay out for more. Trenton Collins has a 2.5 second lead over Brandon Feeney. And Brandon Feeney bringing it in. So Collins making this tank of fuel last, and he's like the Energizer Bunny out there.
He's just going to keep going and going and going.
Aaron Davidson goes on by, gets his lap back.
Yeah, I mean, the top 4 changing very quick. And now the top 5. Trenton Collins still leading the pack around. Hunter Reynolds moves back up to 2nd place. Aaron Davidson in 3rd. Cody Sleeper in 4th. Roy Fernandez up to 5th.
Yeah, something bad happened with Roy Fernandez as he lost a bunch of time. It looks like on pit road. An extra 3 seconds he spent getting on and off pit road. And that does translate to a bunch out here. So Roy was running the perfect race until he wasn't. Brandon Feeney goes around our race leader. Feeney now going to be just 1 lap down. Here comes Cody Sleeper around him again. Cody Sleeper back on the lead lap, running in 4th. And here comes Trenton Collins. He made that first round of fuel last 63 and a half laps before he said enough was enough. Oh, no, Bromley having a problem. But he gets it back onto pit road. No caution here from Bristol. Caution free all the way is the goal. We did it last week. Can we do it again? Kind of want to go back and take a peek and see what happened to Bromley.
Yeah, you kind of do.
All right. There's the 05, Michael Bromley. And he's got the 3 car of Roy Fernandez right behind him. Oh, just over accelerated a little bit, got himself into the wall, and then ejected right out into pit lane. So Hunter Reynolds is your race leader. Aaron Davidson second, Cody Sleeper, Roy Fernandez third and fourth. Brandon Feeney running in the fifth spot, being shown down a lap.
I'm not sure what exactly happened. I don't know if it was just 100% just getting into the over throttle or what, Chris, but it looked like Bromley might have touched the apron coming out of Ford just a little bit. It might have upset the car as he kind of shot back up. So I'm sure that came into play. And the unfortunate thing is that I saw Bromley took a tow. So you know that's going to be big here at Bristol.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of laps lost right there. Actually, would have been better off just driving around on the apron. It would have been quicker. But in the heat of the moment, who knows? So Hunter Reynolds continues to lead the way here at Bristol, with Aaron Davidson and Cody Sleeper trying to catch him up.
And it looks like Michael Bromley has put the 05 in the hauler, Chris. They're heading out of Bristol. So if I'm trying to look right now, Bromley being scored in that 13th position.
Hunter Reynolds, Aaron Davidson, Cody Sleeper, your top three. All three of them have some distance between them. Hunter Reynolds holding on to a 1 second lead over Aaron Davidson. The right side of Cody Sleeper's car is going to be pancaked by the time this thing is done. He has been running the wall pretty hard. And it looks like the left side isn't too much better.
Yeah, you can throw in the rear on that too. It's all banged in.
Well, it's not a race at Bristol unless you lose a body part, and I think Sleeper is just about there.
Very much of that right fender left, that's for sure.
No. Roy Fernandez trying to catch him. He's only about 9/10 of a second behind him, so could have a battle here for third spot in a few laps. Right now, working lap number 79 of 150. And we've seen these guys can go about 60, 64 laps before they need fuel. One more pit stop ought to take care of them.
Fernandez on the inside, yeah.
Roy Fernandez gets around Cody Sleeper, and Danny Venezuela having a problem. Let's see what happened to the over-the-wall driver of the 04. It says he's invincible. I bet you the inside retaining wall has something else to say about that. As Danny taking a tow to the pits. The overwall team will see if they can get him back out on track in a timely manner.
Right now, Hunter Reynolds just cruising around this thing, Chris. Almost a 3-second gap now between him and second place of Aaron Davidson.
Yeah, he's well, I'm looking at his best lap time compared to his last lap time. Looks like just under a second fall off on the tires. So tires are not really the problem here. Just finding a comfortable spot to run. Hunter Reynolds has been very good at that this season, and is proving out here in Bristol as he leads the way here on lap number 85 and make it the start of lap 86. 66 laps to go, 65 laps to go, excuse me.
And I just want to point out now that we're on lap 87 of 150, Chris, Brandon Feeney told me that he wasn't going to make it past lap 13 is what he finally came to. And lap 87, man, you're doing good. You're sitting in the top 5 right now.
Well, now he's going to crash.
Probably.
Brandon Feeney trying to run this one out. Right now in the 5th spot, 1 lap down. Want to make sure we thank K1 Graphics once again for sponsoring tonight's race here at Bristol for the Salt Flat Cup Series, live on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Again, big time happenings here on the Turn 3 Racing Network this week. Can't thank you guys enough for hitting that subscribe button over 2,000 times for us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. It's been a pleasure for the last 2 years to bring you all the racing action just about every single night.
Yeah, we got some of the best leagues on iRacing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And of course, that brings along some of the best fans, Chris, and they helped us reach that milestone pretty quickly, actually, for YouTube, too. So we're very thankful for that. We appreciate everybody who has subscribed and spent time here watching your favorite racers go around.
Trenton Collins being scored in the 6th spot. He's Noah's drivers 1 lap down. Looking to try and get it back, but so far no cautions to help anybody out. Brandon Feeney would be the lucky dog recipient if there was a caution on track right now.
And that's what's really been, helping to keep that field spread out, Chris, is just no cautions here, which is amazing for Bristol, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's been a couple of opportunities, but everybody minding their P's and Q's and hitting that tow button very quickly to keep this thing under green.
I mean, I bet you Stephen Herman probably starting to fall asleep there. He's like, man, why did I even show up tonight?
Pit stops are starting to happen. Aaron Davidson, Cody Sleeper, Roy Fernandez on pit road. Here comes our race leader, Hunter Reynolds. This is going to be an opportunity to get some laps back for Trenton Collins and Brandon Feeney.
And I'm sure with no tire limits, Chris, every driver out there that's coming down pit road definitely taking fresh tires.
Jared Hagedorn inside of the top 5, running in 4th place right now. We saw Trenton Collins go 60, almost 68 laps, I believe, last time by. Not quite enough to get him to the end. But a good push out of him. Roy Fernandez looking to get his lap back. And he does so. Although Collins on the outside making him work for it. The 3 now does it. So Roy Fernandez just has a lap or so to go to try and get back to the race lead.
Going to be interesting to see what the DuPont Pepsi 24 does with Collins, Chris. See if he stretches it out as long as he possibly can again, which I'm sure is what he's going to do.
Oh, why not? Really, you might as well. You're going to get to about, what, 135 or so before you really have to pit. If he's been saving fuel, who knows? That's something I hadn't even really thought about, Rick, is if he's been saving fuel this whole run. Man, it would be tight. We're talking about 90 laps. I just don't see that happening.
No.
Cody Sleeper working the inside, gets his lap back. The 2 with Jared Hagedorn right in front of our race leader. He's being shown in the 6th place on the lead lap, but Collins starting to threaten that a little bit. And the Milwaukee number 2 driver goes down a lap. So Collins, even on old tires, is very efficient, doing a good job out there in the 24. Oh, the 2 bouncing it off the wall. Well, Hagedorn having some handling troubles. And if he wasn't before, he is now. All right, so taking a look at our scoring and timing, it looks like the last time Collins was on pit road was lap 64. That would put him out to lap 128. Seems to me like a splash of fuel would take care of him to make it the rest of the way, if he so chooses to go that way.
I was gonna say, if he was smart, I mean, he still has about almost 5-second lead on Hunter Reynolds right now, and it's falling quick. Now just over 4 seconds.
Yeah, it is falling very quick. Hunter Reynolds very fast on this track. I've seen it since kind of the drop of the green flag here. But if the tires can... Oh, no, it's not going to matter, because here comes our race leader, Trenton Collins, bringing it down pit road. Hunter Reynolds now going to be the race leader. Second spot belongs to Roy Fernandez. 6 seconds behind. Aaron Davidson must have had problems on his pit stop last time in, because he is being scored down a couple of laps. Which has got to be tough for him. Somebody who was fighting so hard for the race lead earlier in this race, now just trying to get back to the lead lap.
I think he just figured it out, Chris, because he just went around Hunter Reynolds, said, okay, I gotta stop messing around here.
Yeah, Davidson still being scored 2 laps down. Trenton Collins in the 24, 1 lap down. So right now it's Hunter Reynolds, Roy Fernandez, Cody Sleeper, and Brandon Ford in the 5th place. Jared Hagedorn in the Milwaukee number 2 car, running in 6th. 7th, Aaron Davidson. 8th, Jamie Leach. 9th, Darrell Calder. And 10th, Colby Collins. Those are the only drivers left on track. Everybody else has called it a night.
Yeah, Steve Pugh just put his 56 into the hauler, Chris. He's going to be scored in 11th position. Of course, we know Danny Venezuela, he's still sitting on pit road there. He's going to be in 12th. Michael Bromley, he's packed it up and headed out of here. He's going to be 13th. Cody Levitt, 14th. Donald Bennett in 15th. And, well, Racing Jason, he's still debating if he wants. I don't blame him for not. If he's feeling dizzy, you don't want to come out here and race in Bristol, that's for sure. I get dizzy racing this track. I think the only track that actually affects me worse than this is Oxford.
Well, something must have happened with Brandon Feeney, as all of a sudden he is being scored way back in the 7th spot. And our race leader, Hunter Reynolds, is closing in.
I know Feeney came down on lap 114 for his pit stop, so.
Oh, yeah, that would do it. Feeney trying desperately to stay out in front of the race leader, trying to work his way around the 03. That is for position, as Aaron Davidson running in the 6th spot. Now Brandon Feeney lines him up on the inside. kind of touches the apron for just a second, not enough to throw the car off. And that time by had the spot, but Aaron Davidson working back on the outside comes back, and it's back and forth.
Yeah, those drivers fighting hard right now for that 6th position. And the more they do that, though, that's going to allow Hunter Reynolds to catch up and pass them both again.
Next time by will be 25 laps to go for our race leader, the 28 Ford Mustang of Hunter Reynolds. Then it's Roy Fernandez and Cody Sleeper. So Fernandez, who led a good part of the beginning of this race, now finds himself in second.
Man, Trent Collins trying to get his lap back. Chris just went around the 01 of Sleeper. We know that 24 is fast. We've seen it time and time again here tonight.
23 laps to go. Top 3 drivers on the lead lap. Everybody else at least 1 lap down. Two laps to go. Brandon Feeney did work his way around Aaron Davidson, but he's got a long way to go to try and catch 5th place. Jared Hagedorn. 20 laps to do it, though.
20 laps to do it, yeah. And I'm watching the gap in between those drivers. 2.15 right now, Chris, and falling.
Yeah, down
under 2 seconds.
Brandon Feeney may be able to catch him. Then he's got to work the pass.
It looks like Hunter. Oh, go ahead.
Cody Sleeper, the 3rd place car, is actually just in front of Jared Hagedorn. And Hunter Reynolds, you wanted to say something.
I'm just saying he's just starting to catch everybody. He's starting to catch up to the 03 of Aaron Davidson. And once again, I'm watching that gap fall a little bit there, too. Davison riding way up high against that wall. Hunter Reynolds keeping it down a little bit, starting to catch the back bumper.
Take a look on our 2nd place runner, Roy Fernandez. He led some laps here tonight, but he started in 2nd. Took the race lead actually on the 1st lap. Really kind of took it on the green flag because Cody Sleeper did not take off the right way. Thinking back on it, he must have been in the wrong gear. It's the only thing I can think of.
But at least Cody Sleeper, still sitting in that top 3 right now. Darrell Calder, Colby Collins in the 48 there. He had that miscue there at the start. I think he missed a shift, Chris, and got rear-ended in the 48. Just been sitting around the top 10 there. Now Hunter Reynolds really starting to reel in the 03 of Davidson. I don't think he's going to have to give him the bump too many times, though, to get him out of the way to get around him.
Yeah, it was amazing. About 85 laps ago, they were running in the same position, except for Davidson was ahead of him. Now Hunter Reynolds leads the way. Davidson getting ready to go down yet another lap. The 03 is very tight. He is putting the diamond out there on this track.
Trying to find a way to stay from going another lap down.
And we missed the battle for 5th spot. Brandon Feeney has taken it over. But we don't miss things here. Let's go back and take a look at it. The 83 way up high, then hits the bottom side of the track, goes around the two of Jared Hagedorn relatively easily. And then worked on Cody Sleeper. Hunter Reynolds leads the way with 6 laps to go, and the next closest driver 7 seconds behind and falling back is Roy Fernandez. Sleeper running in the 3rd spot. He's the last driver on the lead lap.
Yeah, 13 seconds behind Reynolds.
Yeah, 4 laps to go. So if you have it, now's the time to use it. But I'm thinking everybody's kind of out of it, whatever it is.
And now it's just time to hang on and keep your position that you gained already.
Next time by, popsicle sticks will go in the air, indicating 2 laps to go for the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. And there it is. Less than 1 mile as they stand right now before the end of this race. 1.5 miles. 0.52 to go for Hunter Reynolds as the white flag flies in the air for the Salt Flat Cup Series. Another perfect race. Make it 2 in a row, flag to flag. This week, our race winner, the 28 of Hunter Reynolds. Roy Fernandez going to take 2nd spot, and Cody Sleeper will take 3rd.
Benton Collins will be coming home 4th. Brandon Feeney in 5th. Good top 5 run for B3 Motorsports. Jared Hagedorn in 6th. Aaron Davidson in 7th. Colby Collins in 8th. Jamie Leach in 9th. Daryl Calder in 10th. Steve Pugh, as we said before, in 11th. Danny Venezuela in 12th. Michael Brownlee 13th. Cody Levitt in 14th. The 31 of Donald Bennett in 15th. And Racing Jason Griffith 16th.
All right, that's the finish. We're going to step away for just a moment, get post-race interviews lined up. We'll be right back. We're back live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We've got our top 3 finishers and a nice little discussion going on, but let's get to our 3rd place finisher. It's the 01 of Cody Sleeper. Cody, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Oh, I got you loud and clear. How you guys doing?
Oh, doing good, bud. But hey, look, a top 3 for you, a podium finish here at Bristol, where we went green flag to checkered flag. It's got to be a hell of a race for you.
Yeah, definitely after the way it started, pretty excited to get third. Had a good qual, coming into the race, but just kind of spun on the start there. So just kind of had to recover and, balance it out with good long run. So I'm glad we had some green flag racing here. It was a great race.
It was awesome to watch, and I guess that kind of, I would have lost the bet. I thought perhaps a wrong gear on that very first green flag, but
yeah, that's the thing. I started in second there, but I think when she just wound up, she broke loose on me. But it was one of those things where I just kind of I knew people were going to pass me, so just kind of let it go and try to make up.
Well, you definitely did that, bud. Who do you have on the old one that you need to thank tonight?
Yep. Got to thank, Roy. It's always nice racing with him, having, this type of race, especially Hunter, congratulations on the win. And Aaron, O'Barry, great group of guys to race with, as always. Got to thank you guys, and Turn 3 for broadcasting this. We actually brought you to MIS on Sunday, so it was nice having a koozie that had Turn 3 Racing Network on it. And then lastly, just got to thank my girlfriend for letting me come down here, race with you guys, and hopefully she's watching. But that's all I got, man.
I saw the picture, bud, and I thank you for bringing us to the track. And congratulations once again on the third place finisher. Rick, I believe you caught up with our second place finisher.
I did, driver. The down number 3, Roy Fernandez. You got Rick Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Yeah, I hear you, Rick. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Hey, listen, you started out very, very strong there, taking the lead over early, man, and then you just took it away. What happened?
Yeah, no, I just kept doing what I was doing in practice and running that line as best as I could. Kind of up high next to the wall, trying to get a much better exit out of the turn, get some speed there. Didn't really start playing off until a little bit later on because we looked like we were pretty tight. But right when it came to the point where the pit strategy came into the mix, that's when it looks like I didn't have the right decision staying out as far as I did. But hey, it is what it is. We learn from this and move forward.
That's what it is. I mean, and it didn't hurt, too much either. I mean, you're in second place. It's right where you started this race and before you took it over, before the first lap was done. But so it definitely worked out for you, man. And hopefully, like you said, next time you just learn from that and go from it. Anybody on that 3 you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I got to thank you guys up there in the booth and Turn 3 Network. Rod and Roger does a lot of work, and you guys broadcasting this for all the fans to see as well. I also got to thank Salt Flat Racing for hosting the league, getting all us guys racing together, having some good times. Got to thank Podium Motorsports, O'Barry, Cody, Hunter, all these guys, Aaron that we race with, coming up with some good strategies, some good racing, some good learning moments from each other. And last but not least, got to thank the wife letting me race.
I always got to thank the wives and the girlfriends, brother. Hey, listen, congratulations once again. Bring that momentum over to next week.
I appreciate it, Rick. You have a good one.
You too, bud.
That's the driver of the number 3, Roy Fernandez, bringing it home in second spot, and that leaves us with one driver to talk to. It's going to be the driver of the 28. It's Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, Chris, and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, bud, and you put on a heck of a show there. And we're going to call them stages because in my head, I've got 50, 50, and 50. The first 50 laps, you were having a little trouble getting up towards the front. After that, it was lights out. What was the difference between the first 50 laps and the last, say, 80?
Yeah, it was extremely hard to pass here. Got a decent qualifying, started in 5th, and then had an incident off the start we had to overcome. Ran to the back of the 48. I don't know if you checked up or whatever, but yeah, had to work my way up and ended up getting to, I think it was 3rd because Cody hit the wall, and I knew I was faster than Aaron in the long run, so I was like, I need to pit in right before him and have a chance of this thing with it being so hard to pass. So we did that, and unfortunate for him, he had a pit stop issued. So did Cody. They could have had better races, but yeah, it was a good race. It was a fun night.
It was like I said, it was a lot of fun to watch, and you bringing it home into victory lane once again for the season. Who do you have on the 28 that you need to thank tonight?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank all the teammates, Podium Motorsports, Obear, everybody else we run with, Cody, Roy, Aaron, and I'd like to thank you guys up in the booth, Turn 3 Racing Network, doing a great job. All the league admins, all the family and friends watching, and of course, everybody else watching.
All right, Hunter, we appreciate your time. Get on down there and celebrate with your friends. And congratulations once again to the driver of the number 28, Hunter Reynolds, for bringing it home in first place tonight. And Rick, that is going to do it for us here tonight. I do want to go ahead and thank one other company, if I could, who actually put on tonight's race. It's K1 Graphics. K1 Graphics getting it done for us here tonight, along with SimBox for the Salt Flat Cup Series. It was a fun night here at Bristol, and we look forward to seeing you again next week right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.